Howdy everybody. I'm out here in front of our greenhouse because we're going to be doing a lot of work out here over the next few days. Those of you who have been with the channel for a while know that this is the second iteration of the greenhouse. We used to have a hoop house here, and that's because we originally thought that we were going to be doing aquaponics in the hoop house. We faced all kinds of challenges getting the materials and everything. It's not easy to get materials here in Nicaragua. And one day I just said to myself, we have 8.5 acres here. Why am I doing this? So we abandoned the aquaponics, and the hoop house just kind of sat there for a while. It wasn't really meeting our needs, so we decided to tear it down and build a real greenhouse here. That was 2 years ago, and it's taken us all of this time to get up and running to be able to set up the greenhouse with actual food being planted inside. Now you may be asking, aren't you just making the same mistake you made before with the aquaponics? Why not simply put the vegetables and other plants out on the farm? Well, the problem is the sun is very direct here. To get good vegetables like tomatoes and other things, we have to have a more protected environment. And so that's why we decided to build the greenhouse. We're still planting things out on the farm too, but not the more delicate things. So that's the kind of backstory behind all of this. Right after the greenhouse was ready, we decided we were going to have sheep on the farm. And the sheep kind of took over everything. It was much more intense, much more involved than we anticipated that it would be. So we had to use the greenhouse here as a place to keep the sheep, particularly during the hot months when they couldn't really graze out on the fields. The sheep had been rutting. The males, they compete with each other. I'll show you some footage of the evidence of them being inside, separating the males from the females. Now we finally have reached a point where we have another place to put the sheepies. Up higher on the farm, we've got a little corral up there started. And so now we're going to clean out the greenhouse and build our beds. So that's what the job is. But we still have chores to do this morning as well, so we'll be doing some of that too. Right now, Lena's out walking the dogs because it's been so hot that we haven't been able to even walk the dogs. That's how hot it's been here. As I said, just because we have other projects, we still have to do the chores. And this is one of the big ones. We're in the dry season. This is peanut hay, and the sheep particularly like it. Has a lot of protein and a lot of good stuff in it. This is the second year we've had to do this. And hopefully the last year. We may get some next year just as a supplement because the sheep do like it. So what I have to do is break this into half and half. One part I'll give to them now, and the other part I'll save for later and give it to them this afternoon. I'm going to walk up here to the new temporary corral that we have. Hey, Junior! Okay, watch out, Junior. Okay, Sammy. Watch out. So the job, which is a big one, we won't finish it today, but we have to start clearing out all of this hay and grass that was brought in for bedding for the sheep and also for food. You can see there's chunks of the Napier grass in here because we brought the whole thing in. Those all have to go so that we can level the surface here and begin to build our garden beds. You can see how the sheep busted out of even the fence here that we have, and we're going to have to repair that. But right now, the priority is to get this stuff out of here. And I have the pitchfork to help us out. When I come back out here, I'm going to have to bring a mask. There's too much dust. I have asthma. So I'm going to take this wheelbarrow. Now this has sheep poop mixed in it, sheep pee mixed in it, so it already has some nitrogen in there. I'm going to bring this over to the chickadee house, and I'm going to stack it up in there in mounds and let the chickens scratch through it and manure it again, more manure from the chickens, and we'll wind up with a very nice compost at the end. Okay, so we're going to call it a day. I mean, we're going to call it a morning. What we have to do here during the dry season is we wake up early, we work until about 8:30, 9 o'clock in the morning, maybe a little later than that, and then stop. The sun is simply so intense and so hot that it's dangerous to be out in that kind of sun. The weather report says that it's 92 degrees Fahrenheit. Well, when you're working out in the sun, that's not really what the temperature is for you working out in the sun. It's much higher than that. And here in the tropics, the sun is coming straight down. Up in the temperate climates, the sun is coming at you at an angle. But here it's coming straight down at us. It's very intense. And so our work day starts early in the morning, stops for a break, and then we go back out, 2:30, 3 o'clock in the afternoon and work a little bit more until sundown. So that's kind of the schedule that we go by. And it's how we survive in this global warming where the temperature is even increased more than normal. With that, I'm going to end the video. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.